September 10th, 2020. My first day of senior year.
Great mood, high hopes. This was my first day of high school. I felt like Chuck Berry was gonna walk in any second and play a solo for me. Actually, if you're my age, there's a good chance you don't know who Chuck Berry is. Okay, I don't know, maybe you do know who he is, but besides the point, I live in America, land of the free, home of the brave, and apparently the coronavirus. Out of all 3,600 days that I'm recording this decade, this is one of the most notable thus far. After the longest break from school that we've ever had, we returned to school in the midst of a global pandemic. So I'm showing you my point of view, and maybe you can contrast it with how your school's handling it. Or compare what we have going on to, places that are doing better than the US. So buckle up, sanitize your hands, put on your mask, and stay 6 feet apart, because this is what the first day of school looks like during a pandemic. So when we first got in, there was actually a machine that would take our temperature.
93.0 Fahrenheit.
And directly after that, I realized that in the hallway, it was separated into 2 lanes as if you were driving. One would go one way, one would go the other way, and we would walk in only single file lines so that we would create as little contact with each other as possible when we were passing each other in the hallways. And the way that my school worked is that the school would only function under 50% capacity. So while half the students were in the school for that day, the other half of the students were at home working on their computers. And so since I was in school for the first day, I went to first period and we had so much fun. We didn't do much. I was also on my laptop reading a syllabus all class. But besides the point, at the end of every period, we were required to wipe down our desk with a disinfectant wipe so that the next class coming in would have a completely clean desk. So having to go to the library for one of my next classes, I found out that half the computers were blocked off so that only every other one would be used, and what was called a silent study area also alternated seats so that they would keep distance between the students. Also to mention, in front of the librarian's desk and a lot of other teachers' desks throughout the building had this plexiglass around with a cutout to talk to the students. It seems really bizarre, but trying to talk to someone through a glass and a mask was oddly difficult. On the bright side, going into my next class, we had rolly chairs, which we weren't really allowed to move because we had to stay 6 feet apart. But you can't really give a wheelie desk to someone like me and expect them not to move around. The whole day was kind of bizarre, but I guess you just have to roll with it. You see, you roll because it's a wheelie desk and okay. My school allowed for mask breaks, which was actually kind of nice when you first hear it, but then you see what they actually give you and it's like, wow, this feels like prison. Not that I would have any other ideas on how to do this. I'm sure the school is doing the best they can. Sometimes it can get hard to breathe with our mask on, so they let us go outside for a bit to take them off and talk to each other. The only thing being, of course, we had to stay 6 feet apart and stay within our sea bear-like circle. At the same time though, I can't really take it for granted because it was nice to see a lot of people from school who I haven't seen since March. Again, however, half the school was online for that day, so there was still another half the school that I just didn't see. There were some things as little as water fountains that you would forget you can't really put your lips on due to safety. So I guess they must have turned off the water fountain, but they kept up the bottle filler and left out cups for the students so that we could still fill up cups if we wanted them. In which I actually got a cup of water, drank it, and then realized something was wrong because they probably haven't changed the filter since March. These were some of the seats we were allowed to sit in outside without mask. This was again during our lunch period, but we would still have to sit 6 feet apart. In every classroom, there was also hand sanitizer dispensers, as well as more in the hallways and outside. I'm gonna be real, no owl is gonna be telling me what to do. The lunchroom was interesting to say the least. You were either able to bring out your lunch to one of those circles outside, or stay within the cafeteria in which there were no tables that you could actually sit at, but instead desk for each individual student spaced 6 feet apart. Also, when getting lunch, there was a layer of plexiglass around the counter like I mentioned earlier. The student desk within the rooms were also spaced 6 feet apart like the desk in the cafeteria were. So to recap what's completely new about this school year, everyone is 6 feet apart. My school pretty much went paperless, which is actually a good thing. I only get to see half the student body that I did last year, which it is what it is, but we'll see as time goes on, I guess. We have hand sanitizer stations around every corner, but above all, we have wheelie desk. And that's what really matters. All that aside, I hope that by the end of senior year, I could look back and say, that wasn't so bad. Either that or this clip will age very poorly.
One day I'm gonna look back and wonder where the time went. And what feels like present day today will soon just become another memory in my head. Memories that I don't want to forget. My name is Michael, and I'm documenting moments from every single day of this decade.
Let's go! Wait, was that your answer? Yeah, let's go!
Jack, jump over! Oh my god, oh my god.
Oh god!
Jack, sir.
That's a losing sip. Yo,
Brought you a brownie.
Thanks. That right there. My god. Ready? The only reason I know it's my car, you see how it has one rim? Ready? You see how one of the rims is not... I put those rims on. Oh my god, my old baby. She cut off the antenna! What? Oh my god.
what are you looking for?
Boomerang. Little boomerang.
That's a boomerang.
Yeah. Let me throw it. Oh, it came right back, dude.
You can't even see where it went on
How'd
camera.
you get so good at that?
Turn it upside down, turn it upside down.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Pretty solid.
Let us swing! Oh,
Hey guys. Yeah, guys, turn around. I think we have a question to answer.
So to wrap up today, we have a question from Emily who asks, "Hey Bloom, I've been subbed since 2,000 subscribers, and recently I've been loving your videos. Though when I went down to your older videos to look back at your archives, it would seem that most of them are either gone or deleted. Just wanted to know where some of these videos went, as it was how I found your channel to begin with. Keep up the great work, the videos are awesome." First of all, I wanted to thank you for sticking around since 2,000 subscribers. My channel has gone through a lot of phases in the past 4 years, so you've probably seen them all and hopefully what's to come. So I have about 40 videos that are actually public on my channel, but in addition to those, I have about a few hundred, which a lot of people have never even really seen. If you guys don't know, the first year or two that I was on YouTube, I set out for the genre of comedy and sketch comedy. And after 4 years, I can look back on some of these and decide for myself that some of the jokes just didn't age well, and others look like home videos that were never really meant to be seen by the internet, but instead just family and friends. Like, I could pull up one of those videos now and laugh about how bad they are, but my god, I cannot keep all of those public. And so that's why a lot of my videos are now private. But if you scroll down enough on my channel, I'm sure you could find a good cringe or two. With that being said, if you have any questions for me to answer, send them over to askbloomanything@gmail.com, and that's going to be it for today.